Nowadays, it seems like dirty cops are absolutely everywhere, from abusing their authority to get away with criminal acts or using excessive force against suspects. But what happens when a prison guard is caught sleeping with an inmate?
So are y'all kind of talking in a sexual nature?
No.
Now that a recording of just the most recent call for us to listen to. So before we go into all this, do you want to just tell me the truth?
This is Charlene O'Banion, a Montgomery County Jail deputy who was brought in for questioning after a rumor spread amongst the inmates that Charlene was having inappropriate sexual relations with a fellow prisoner at the jail.
I don't know anything about it. I mean...
Do you know who I'm talking about?
He's in pod 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean... I don't know anything about it. I mean, he's just a trustee that we have, around, and that's it.
Okay. Have you talked to him on any jail phone calls or anything like that?
No.
None at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that cell phone number you gave me, is that a cell phone or a house number?
It's a cell phone.
Okay. Do you have any other cell phone numbers by chance?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Where are you typically assigned in the jail?
It depends. Sometimes I'm in pod 5. Sometimes I'm in, like today I'm in E-Quad. Sometimes I'm in E-Quad. They kind of just all move us around.
The officer already knows the answer to most of these questions, but by asking them anyways, he'll know if Charlene is being truthful or if she's lying. Unfortunately, Charlene decides that her best course of action is to lie straight to the detective's face.
And where is Jacob a trustee at?
I think he's in laundry. I've seen him in laundry. I don't think he's out on the floor or anything like that.
Okay. And where would you think that, like, this allegation would come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker.
Okay.
And he got out of here for I don't know what period of time, and he tried to contact me on Facebook, and he sent me a message, and I blocked him on Facebook. And I guess one time Parker was going back to B-Quad to use the bathroom, and he was talking like at the window with me, like at E-Quad, because I was in E-Quad. He was talking through the window,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess Coker like didn't like that, which I had no contact with him or anything. And I don't know why, like he went up to, I don't know what was said between them, but he went up to Parker and said something, and then Parker ended up went back to the laundry. And Parker had told me that he had gone up to him and was like, don't talk to her, or something crazy like that. And I kind of just brushed it off. I was like, whatever, like, because he had already returned. Like, he was out and then he returned. And when he was out, that's whenever he tried to contact me. So, but again, I never spoke to him or anything like that. And I mean, that was that. I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, don't listen to him, and that was it.
Okay.
So.
The detectives are not buying Charlene's side of the story, and they have good reason not to, as they have a significant ace up their sleeve.
I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just.
Yeah.
Why would you expect this conversation to come up from that? Like now, if that happened a few months ago, I'm just trying to get where you're getting at there. You said you were kind of expecting something like this.
I don't know why, like, this, I'm wondering if, like, Coker maybe said something, like, to get him in trouble or me in trouble. Like, I don't know if that's the only thing I think that's, like, related that has anything to do with Parker.
At this point, the detectives have listened to Charlene explain herself, and they're about to drop a bombshell, revealing that they know far more than they've been letting on.
I was kind of told of this about, what do you think, Chris, about 45 minutes ago? So I don't know exactly how it started, like who it started from. But I was told that it was brought to somebody's attention, and then we looked at jail calls, and there's jail calls between you and Parker, and all that stuff's recorded. So I don't think you're being completely truthful. Well, I kind of know that you're not. And I'm not trying to be rude when I say that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kind of trying to lay it out on the table for you.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get one shot at this of being truthful, and people, perception means a lot in criminal cases and internal cases. It's a huge deal. It sways people to do a myriad of different things, you know. And this is kind of your chance to paint your own image.
Yeah.
So, can you kind of tell me what's going on?
Charlene still maintains her innocence and claims any tip left by whoever gave them the tip-off is lying. The detectives already knows she's lying, and they let her dig herself deeper in her web of lies.
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. I didn't, it wasn't anything like that. And that was that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say y'all talked, like kind of dated a little bit before you started working here?
I wouldn't. No, he was never like my boyfriend or anything. I just knew him from the world.
Okay. So are y'all kind of talking in a sexual nature
No.
now that he's here?
Oh, no. Now that he's here, no.
Okay.
I mean, it's never been like phone sex or anything like that. That's not. But we all joke around. We all make that's what she said type things. But it's never like.
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone.
I just mean conversations y'all are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like sexual?
Prison phone records show over 400 confirmed calls between Charlene and Parker. It's safe to say they knew each other far better than Charlene is letting on in the interrogation room. They regularly talked about recent sexual encounters between the two within the prison. They also talked about how they'd continue to see each other once Parker got released from prison.
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point, is what I gather from these calls.
No, that was in the world, but we never dated. We just.
Okay. But you've had physical relationship with him when y'all were both out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was before.
Okay.
But it was. We never had sex or anything. It was just kind of that.
You gave him oral sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was before, I knew he would end up here or that I would end up here or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know I'm sorry to get in your business, but
No.
the allegation's been made, so I want to have as much detail as I can
Right.
to say either way.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you think that was about? I know it's going to be hard if it was a couple of years ago, but...
Let me think. I want to say in the past 3 years.
Within 15 minutes, Charlene has gone from hardly remembering Parker's existence to admitting to speaking with him regularly on the phone. However, the detective knows there's more to this story and decide it's time to bring out their secret weapon.
A recording of just the most recent call for us to listen to. And kind of my intent behind that is I still don't feel like you're coming out with the whole thing. So, like I said, I'm not trying to badger you or nothing. I just think that it's important that we know exactly what happened. So. So initially you said you kind of played it off like you hardly knew him.
I mean, I didn't play it off like I already knew him. I just.
You kind of stood there and thought.
Oh, right now.
Parker, yeah, I think he's in pot 6.
Mm-hmm.
But I just looked in the system. There's almost 400 calls. So between y'all.
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from? Kind of how it would seem from my point of view.
Yeah. I mean, I hesitated a little bit, but.
And like I said, no judgment here. I just want to know the truth. That's it.
And I mean, you're right. I should just.
So before we go into all this, do you want to just?
I mean, mean,
tell me the truth?
Yes, I hesitated to admit that.
Charlene is getting increasingly uncomfortable the longer the interrogation progresses, and she must know it's only a matter of time before all those private conversations between her and inmate Parker comes to light. This video is about to get a lot more awkward.
What? I really wasn't like tripping about not making a story this week because I've won the last 3 games in a row.
You're crazy, baby.
Crazy about you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Stupid.
Did you just call me a stupid?
No, that's what you sounded like a while ago.
No, I didn't say eh.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, maybe just a little, but I didn't sound that. You exaggerated.
That's stupid.
Dude, I need to clean up my fridge.
What are you doing, dude?
I'm putting the leftover macaroni and cheese in the fridge.
Oh my god.
Even though we all know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're not gonna fucking eat them.
I am.
In 2 weeks, you're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like a fucking science experiment in that refrigerator.
It looks like that right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not that bad, but yeah.
Oh, I'm on your ass.
I need to clean that fridge out.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The slow realization that the cops have every phone call between her and Parker recorded is starting to hit Charlene as she's seen sitting completely still in her chair with her legs crossed as an instinctive way to shield herself and refusing to make eye contact with detectives.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
I mean, you're stuck with me regardless, but
Oh,
I
okay.
want you to like just.
Girl.
I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Hmm?
Super fine. Super. Super.
Oh, God.
You are fine, baby.
Hmm?
You are fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a live ass head game. Oh my god.
It wasn't my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
Meh, meh. Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like just going back and thinking about
Yeah.
that.
It gets you horny?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you felt me. I was like soaking through my clothes.
You're like what is that word? Like when somebody just always like can get horny like at that? I guess that.
Yeah. I get very horny very easy. Like I always want to have
Not
sex.
good.
Like that's not even, huh?
Not good.
I mean, I feel like I just like look at someone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm horny. No, like of course, like I only get horny for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pause
I'm
this
not
for a
just
minute.
like, oh my god, look, I just saw someone.
You kind of see how that sounds from like my point of view.
Getting Charlene to confess is proving trickier than the detectives first thought, so the second detective takes over and starts poking holes in Charlene's story.
Questions coming to mind, Chris?
Yes. So I've noticed one thing, and I want you to understand this about both of us. Both of us are veteran homicide detectives, okay? I've been doing this a while.
Okay.
All right? You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but you remember being groped in the blowjob from 3 years ago. find that hard to believe, okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us.
Yes.
Once we get up and walk out and we're done, we're done.
Yeah.
And honesty is the only thing that's going to help you with us.
Mhm.
So my advice to you right now is to be honest with us. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not. None of that.
Then what is it?
I might have given him a blowjob in the back part of the
In the back part of B quad? Okay. How long ago was that?
I don't know, a few months ago.
A few months ago? How long have you worked here?
Since April.
Since April this year?
Mhm.
Was he already here?
He was right here.
Okay. Do you know how long he's been here?
I
Don't know. Okay.
don't know, not at the top of my head.
So a few months ago, you gave him a blowjob in the back of B. Is that correct? And that's B quad, correct? Were there any other witnesses to it? Okay.
No.
I'm just wondering because you
Like
work.
people standing around while I'm.
Well, you work days, right?
Yes.
Were you working days at the time?
Mhm.
That's why I'm asking. Was anyone around? Because I mean, everybody's up in daytime.
Right.
It's not like the jail's locked down.
The detectives finally broke through and got a confession out of Charlene. It's now time for her to understand how much trouble she's in.
Oh man. I'm gonna ask, but I feel like I know the answer. I'm losing my job.
So that's not really up to me. Internal Affairs is aware of the allegations, and they will probably their investigation is separate from ours because there's.
Losing her job should honestly be the least of her worries, as she's committed a criminal act and was eventually sentenced to 100 days in prison. A surprisingly low sentence, but nonetheless a prison sentence.